But I was looking at this Malcolm interview that I had never heard before, and Malcolm's in there, so I get how it sounds, because even with Malcolm, I was thinking, oh man, this sounds so braggadocious. He was talking about his impact on the nation, and it was facts. It was all facts, but I was just like, ooh, this is just. So I get how it sounds, even from a legend. So when I say something like I'm still, as I'm aware, undefeated in someone actually reading the book and finding something that they really don't agree with or hate, and them saying so publicly. So the only negative criticisms I've ever seen or heard are from people who will also acknowledge they have not read the book, which I think is crazy, because I think that there are things that I would be critical of if I read the book from a certain frame. So the idea that you could read it and not find something worthy of even positive, criticism is a little bit odd. But the idea that so many would have so much negative to say without reading it is wild. But that said, I'm gonna air this piece. We're gonna look at this Monday and see if people agree with me on that. Malcolm was like, wow, and I don't feel comfortable even being critical of him, but I was listening like, oh. But he was,
that's gotta be
it was a
but it's
call-in
gotta be
show. What it was call-in radio. That's what gets you.
always.
Calls on the
Always. Always.
And somebody called him up and said, whoop, 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 whoop. And he was like, what? And he responded and was like, yeah, he was still human. He was still a man. He was great. But I was like, yeah, he was like, enough already. Y'all stop talking trash on my name.
That's hysterical. That's hysterical.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.